Okay, so here's what we're going for. I knocked this one out just so I could work through all the wrinkles. So I did a 2-inch cut on the flare itself and 2 1/4 on the actual fender. And this is kind of what I was concerned with right here, was this guy. Not so much the pinch weld, because I know I'm gonna have to flatten this out. I know I'm gonna have to do the cab mount, but I would like it if I don't have to get into tubs, and I definitely shouldn't have to with 34s and some caster adjustment. But as far as the cut goes, I didn't want to expose that too much. Now, what I wanted to note was that you're thinking that it's gonna be just a 1/4 inch difference and you wanna make sure you can't see the fender. Well, it's actually greater than that. So like if you look, I mean, the lighting sucks, I'm sorry, but it's significantly deeper. I mean, it's almost an inch off. So I would say if you're questioning, whether a 1/4 is enough or whatever, it definitely is. And with this cut, as you can see right here, I'm just a little bit behind this with the fender, but with the flare, I'm like dead on almost. I did some looking to see if I could like save this mount and stuff like that. And you can't without coming, considerably in. And so in my mind, I didn't want to be in a place where I had to come back and recut. So anyways, long story short, this is what we got. Haven't done the back. You can see how chunky that guy is. But this, I think, looks fresh. Looks good with the little Viper thing I got going on here. So I'm gonna rock it like this, and then the other side's not cut yet. So I'll show you everything on that side. I have new replacement clips right here, so you got like the Amazon special or whatever, and you'll need those for everything across here. And I'll show you that in detail, but I got this side done. It looks good. It's not 100% finished. Like I said, a lot of other stuff to work on, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So let's go to the other side. We're in desperate need of clearancing. And this is just step 1 of clearancing, just this cut. But we obviously have cab mount and other stuff we're gonna be doing, but this will get us started. So I already know from the other side that I'm doing a 2-inch out here is all I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape this off and mark the flare before I pull it off, just because everything's where setting where it's going to be setting. And then, to draw a line, you can get different tools to do this. I just 3D printed this little guy right here. I know not everybody has 3D printer, but just something along these lines. And then with a Sharpie, you can just put it up there and just draw you a line. We're gonna go through here and just pull all of our hardware. Don't worry about this rivet. It's for a bracket that's inside of the flare. You'll see once we get it off, I'll show you that. And then, so we're gonna pull all the screws, everything for the liner, the fender. There's some along the inside here. You just have to look around. And then I would show you, but my lighting is awful. But anyways, most of my hardware, if it's the original hardware, it's 10 mil with like a Phillips head. So you can, throw a socket on it or whatever. And we'll pull all of that. There's one that's gonna be down here, so don't forget this guy. It's like right under here. For this, it's got a couple of ears that stick through. So like I'm missing part of mine. I think there was another one down here if you have the full bumper flare. But since mine's cut, I've only got 2 and they're in this vicinity somewhere. But anyways, it's just an ear that extends through the bumper cap itself. And then this clip slides through it. So once I get this guy off, I'll show you. And yeah, you just gently pop this guy off all the way across. And you don't care so much about the clips in there, but more about the actual mounts on the flare. So we're gonna tape this off. Here's how I'm getting it marked out. I ran out of masking tape over here, so we're gonna figure this out. But anyways, just so you can kind of get an idea. So this is 2 inches. Let's see. Yeah, it's 2 inches. Oop, there we go. Yeah, 2 inches is what we're cutting on this. And, you know, don't worry about like these little bumps. It's kind of like a little wonky going through this transition here. But this is roughly where it should set. So I know it can be a little scary, but I got over it. And the other side, I feel like turned out pretty slick. So I'm pre-marking this. I'll go ahead and cut a line through here, and then I know, you know, roughly where this guy's supposed to be. So I can cut this whenever I take it off. And then I'm not using anything super, you know, like precise or anything. You know, I've seen guys like, oh, I use a Dremel and a small cutoff wheel. I mean, to each your own. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just getting down with a cutoff wheel and a grinder with a flap disc. And it's like a 120, and then yeah, just your standard cutoff wheel. And I've got 0 issues. So, you know, just take your time is the main thing. I mainly just wanted to mark it on here with these two, where they're basically gonna set, just so I can get that transition right. I can go ahead and tape this up and mark it after the fact. It doesn't matter right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all the hardware out, get the liner out, and get this pulled off. We got this first piece off here just to kind of quickly show you how this goes. You got these 2 ears right here that are on the front, this bracket that's up on the top. This top bracket up here is a 10 mil. It is just right through, you can see it right there. So pop that guy out. As you can tell from the line here, we're gonna lose that mount whenever we cut this. So that will no longer be there. And then these 2 ears up front are these guys, and they use one of these blue dillies right here. So whenever this ear extends through the bumper cap, this guy goes through like so, just pushes through and pops into place. Whenever you take this out, you'll notice that the little clip here in between those supports, it's got a cavity. So you can push that all the way flat to be able to pop this out. So make sure you got a screwdriver or something that's narrow enough to not hit these 2 supports, and that's how that comes out. Now we're gonna move on to pulling this guy off. I've got everything, the bolts loose all the way across. So we should be able to pull this guy off, but I need both hands. As you can see, you're gonna break most of these clips. So no big deal there. Unfortunately, we did break some of these. So broke this one. Down here I've got one that's completely snapped off this end. So what I'm gonna do for these is I just took a screwdriver, heat it up with a torch, melt that plastic together, and then I took some of the remnants that I cut off, melted that plastic, and then just kind of built it up. So that rivet that I talked about earlier on the inside of the fender here, this guy, now you can see what I'm talking about here. It's just this little L bracket, and then it's got like some double-sided tape or whatever that holds it right here. So when I'm getting ready to cut, I'll go ahead and just take the cutoff wheel and just nip it right there. It doesn't really matter because I'm basically going to cut right up to that line. One thing I would like to note is that I've seen some guys just cut straight through that, but you will get into the, I know the lighting's terrible, but you'll get into the actual cab. So what I figured out on the other side is if I just unbolted that, it's a 10 mil. If I unbolt that and pull this off, well, I mean, it's a little stuck on there right now, but if I can create enough gap by pulling that forward, and I can cut all the way through the fender without getting into the cab behind it. All right, we got it cut now. This is roughed in. I haven't smoothed the edges or anything, just a rough cut. These do line up. They're just some boogers in there stopping it, but they do line up. Yeah, so we just got to go through, clean this guy up, and I'm not running like the little edge stuff or whatever that people run. I think I can clean it up good enough that it doesn't really matter. And I'm not running any up here on this cut. And this is what it'll look like cleaned up. I mean, it's nice and smooth. And I will paint this edge with some, I don't know, some Rust-Oleum or something, some enamel paint, and clean that up. But it's smooth, not gonna cut anybody, at least not very easily. And then, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all these clips out and put the new ones in. I'll clean up these lines a little bit since it's off. Okay, new clips all the way around. Everything plastic welded up. Let's see, oh, right there. That one was loose. We're good, nice and stiff. So yeah, let's wipe down this sill just because I have it off. And we'll pop this guy on and then clean up this nasty edge. Got everything popped in here, cleaned up along the edge. I think it looks pretty fresh. Good enough that I'm not gonna run any trim pieces. Still got to do the back. Probably not today, because this is a little time consuming. But I ended up popping a hole through there. I just warmed up a old little baby screwdriver and just stuck it through the plastic, and that worked out pretty good to true up that line because it was a little wobbly right there. I still gotta figure out something down here. Probably just gonna wind up drilling a hole through the sheet metal of the fender, not the cab, but the fender, and popping a hole in this guy and throwing a little zip tie action there. And then I still gotta also figure out the liner situation, what I'm gonna do there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna try and heat up the old plastic and see if I can shape it a little bit or what I'm gonna do, but it's not so much a concern on this side, but the driver's side is a little bit more of something to talk about. Got the intake here, and I don't know if I'm just gonna cap it and then put the intake on the inside or do a cowl intake up here. Haven't really decided yet, but gonna have to figure that out. And then same thing right here. I just did a little zip tie hole, trued it up so the body lines are nice. And yeah, there you go. So cut, not cut, but cut looks fresh. All right, that's that. So wife's car's back in the garage, got my mess cleaned up, truck's outside where it belongs. Got a lot of stuff to figure out. Got to figure out that rear end still, got liners to figure out, cab mount to figure out, pinch weld. So definitely more stuff to come. If this helped you guys at all or is any value to you, please sub, like, comment. I respond to everybody, or at least I try to. It's gonna be a lot more coming your way. So until then, catch you guys on the next one.